What's the conference final showtime going for 40? Jiggy nigga, but I like my women sporty. What's the conference finals get all hitting his free throws? I love her even better if she free though. Drunk in the hills, bleeding action on my jeans. What's the conference finals? They waiting on my arrival. Understand my plan, ain't nothing like y'all.
Woo! What's good, IG, SoundCloud, Twitter, YouTube, Lagos, Nigeria, Port-au-Prince, Haiti, Brockton, Massachusetts, Providence, Rhode Island,
PVD.
They call me Pat.
They call me Ken. What's good? What's good?
Episode 018.
Yes, sir.
Of the first Genz podcast. We are the Blacks.
We providing you the facts today, per usual.
Good, how you doing? Per usual, just the facts, bro.
Facts.
Just another episode, like Lou Bill said.
It's just a fact.
Bro, before we get into anything, right?
It's just a fact.
There was a list that came out this week.
Yeah.
I don't know who released it. One of these hip hoppers. I don't know what to call these guys.
Who was the first person? Oh yeah, I forgot who it was.
Number one was Jay-Z. That's probably the only thing I agree with on that list.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They had Kendrick at 8.
Yeah, I put Kendrick out.
If you wanted to put him out, I'm gonna argue it. That's not me. That's coming from that man. You see what album I put at the top?
Y'all can slay me now, but I put him out. I put Kendrick Lamar at number 1 as the greatest rapper that I've ever heard.
I'll argue it
with my own 2 ears. I don't think I've ever.
And it's a respectable argument, but having
a rapper that's better than him.
Nigga, they had as a rapper.
Yeah.
As a rapper,
they which 50. Oh, that was Ebro.
My sister got mad at me because they put Nicki over Ye as a rapper. I agree with that.
They put who?
Nicki Minaj as a rapper is over Ye.
Over Kanye?
Yeah, I agree with that. Kanye's a better artist than Nicki Minaj, but rapping wise, Nicki Minaj is better than Kanye. And I won't smoke with you. I actually won't smoke with you.
That's another topic
for another day. Yeah, I feel you.
It's a debatable thing, but I don't know.
Ye is a great artist. He's revolutionized hip hop.
No, I know, but
but niggas forgot that Nicki raps.
Yeah. But it's just a skill in itself to like come from being only a producer to being one of the best rappers ever.
Naturally,
what is Ye? I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, but naturally, what is Ye?
No, I'm saying a producer, but like to what I'm saying to you is that's like something that's
it should be accounted for that he
in
went
itself.
from, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a great feat.
Yeah, whatever.
But
let's get to the shits though.
Let's get into the shits, bro.
Yes.
Burna Boy releases the African Giant.
Yes.
Oluwabona.
I've been waiting to talk about this for a while.
Yeah. That last episode was play.
Yeah, he was we were in Houston.
I was in H-Town, I was in Austin.
Yeah.
Austin's a move, bro.
Yeah, I should have pulled up with you.
You should have pulled up. I feel it. Ken's having a busy summer. He's too busy for you guys.
I'm pretty busy.
That's what he said. He said he's too busy for y'all.
I'm not busy for y'all. Obviously, I'm here, right? So
I vote with y'all. He wanted to be there.
I did.
Definitely wanted to be there. But let's get into this shit. African Giant, bro. I want to start off by saying, guys, I know everyone thinks this album is sonically pleasing, right? Which it is. This is, to me, one of the better put to albums this year, right? But I want people to go like a step deeper into this album, bro. Like, this album was not only made for you to dance, but it's also made for you to think. You know what I'm saying? Burna Boy wasn't originally going to come out with this album, right?
Think in terms of what, though? What do you mean?
What do you mean? Like
what do you mean?
I want us to get deeper into understanding the content that's being spewed out of Burna Boy in this album. Like, though you are grooving to this album, the beats are fire. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But what he's actually saying.
But what he's saying is crazy.
It's true.
There's a reason why he's calling himself the African Giant. Okay. This album, right, that came out was actually improvised for the time being, right? That whole Coachella thing happened when they put his name in like small subtitles, and he was all like, "Don't ever do that because I'm an African Giant." Then the African Giant idea blew up, right? Burna Boy was actually supposed to release an album called Reckless and Sweet, which I personally think had like a different you know what I'm saying, sentiment than this album.
Yeah, probably more along the lines of like outside vibes.
Maybe outside, I would say outside mixed with redemption kind of vibes.
Yeah.
But this album, when you're calling yourself an African giant, you have a responsibility now. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think he's upholding that responsibility with the things that he's talking about. Like, I know a lot of people are talking about, he's speaking pidgin, he's speaking Yoruba, I'm not going to understand it. I don't want you guys to listen to this with your ears anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you guys to only listen to this with the vibe of, this is an Afrobeat vibe. Like, do your little dances. You're going to get a little groovy the first couple of times you listen to this album. But let's say about the third or fourth time you listen to this album all the way through, you guys are going to understand that this album is speaking on huge commentary on what's actually going on in Africa. You know what I mean? Like, people are really going to... It's going to take time, bro. But once people actually realize how important this album is to, like, the times in relation to what's going on in Africa and all the turmoil that's going on in Africa, I'm so happy that he called himself the African Giant because he's really, like, upholding that responsibility with this album.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. I think that, like, this was probably, Burna Boy's biggest album release to date. Easily, like, without question, you got
that deal with Atlantic now.
In terms of, promotion, in terms of marketing, like, he definitely marketed in America very well. He was on Jimmy Fallon, he was on the Breakfast Club, talking about, not only his album, but talking about, like, the things that he goes through growing up as a Nigerian, thinking of, like, what foreigners perceive of what America is, what it actually, what we think it is versus what it actually is,
Oh, when I came here, it was all the same thing.
Yeah. So it's just like it was good, and like on the album, he basically tried to exemplify the fact that we were African Americans were they grew up in America, but you can go back to Africa
you can get connected
and claim, and not only go back to Africa or go back to claiming your like royalty or your roots at the same time, knowing that yes, America is like this, but Africa as a continent is going I think what he's trying to say is like
Africa needs you as much as you need Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I remember when he had that Sway interview, he was like, we're living in the age where everyone wants to come back to Africa. Anything that you want to do in America, you can do there. And this is the time to do it. You know what I'm saying? I think this album is really bridging the gap between African Americans and Africans. Because now we're getting to a point where everyone is starting to know who Burna Boy is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I think that, he's definitely helping with that. 100% helping with that. But we're gearing or we're advancing to a new age where like that's happening regardless,
Yeah.
Where, like Africans and African Americans are coming closer.
I don't think he started it.
No, yeah.
But I definitely think that this album is propelling that ideology.
For sure. I have friends back home that like, they're just African American, or maybe like they're Cape Verdean, or maybe they're like just different ethnicities, and they tell me like, and they just be saying like, when they listen to like African Giant or they listen to like Burna Boy's music before African Giant, even on the Outside album, they really just feel the vibes of feeling like a king. You know what I mean? Like a feeling like you are like like I have power. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not like a cocky power either. Like it's not like I'm trying to like rule my people, or like have like a a communistic view of everything. I just think that like it's just like I like understand that feeling of like being a king and like serving my people when I listen to his music.
Facts.
Because that's exactly what he's doing, right?
Yeah, that's what
with his music, he's serving his people. He's giving his people the music, the vibes, the feeling, and he's like upholding like Nigeria and Africa. Yeah. So it's dope what he's doing.
Phenomenal album, bro.
For sure, what he's doing.
Phenomenal album. Another phenomenal album that came out this week. Tobi Lou, Live on Ice. Yes. Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I expected this to be heat. I really did expect this to be heat. Like, I want to start off with the fact that
can I say something?
Yeah. I was gonna say one thing though. Tobi Lou brought back my nigga Rocky Fresh, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I ain't heard of Rocky in a minute, bro.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, last time I heard of him, he was probably MMG.
MMG?
Yeah.
I don't think he's in an MMG anymore. I think that deal is up. or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing now, but that's really good that like Rocky was on that album and like he showed love to Tobi Lou. They're both from Chicago.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm very proud of Tobi Lou.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of him because it's like, for people who don't know who Tobi Lou is, like he makes music that's very like against a grain in terms of like he makes the like black boy joy music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like be
I'm
happy.
back and I'm beautiful.
Yeah. I'm confident in my music and I'm confident in myself and I don't care about what anybody else has to say. This is me. This is who I'm gonna be, and like I'm gonna release like bangers with it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And it'd be bangers, bro.
It'd be smackers.
You know what I'm saying?
When I heard Live on Ice, the album sounded nothing like what
Tobi Lou and the
previously. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Tobi Lou and the Troop.
None of those.
Yeah. So like. He was like, he was rapping more.
Mm-hmm.
The beats were a lot better. It even sounded like he had his regular like producers on the album.
We gotta talk about Tobi Lou rapping now, because I think niggas gotta pay attention now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I think a lot of people, when they even heard of Tobi Lou, were like, all right, it's some underground weird nigga that's just like talking shit. Nah. If you listen to that Orange reprise when he reprised Orange,
yeah,
I don't know if it was the bass that made me want to listen to it again.
He was rapping on that, bro.
I was like, let me listen to it again, bro.
8702.
8702. That nigga brought that H-Town bass in that bitch, bro. That nigga chopped and screwed his own shit.
No, he chopped and screwed on
8702
and on Delete My Number Baby.
Delete My Number Baby, he did.
Yeah.
But one thing about
go ahead.
I think one thing about Tobi Lou, after this album, I think he's established a sound that we can like attach to him now. Mm-hmm. Because before, like when we was looking at Tobi Lou, it was like there was nothing really consistent. And although this album sounds different than his other albums, he does have consistent undertones in his album.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
he has a signature like sound.
Yeah, like the deep voice and the high pitch at the same time.
Yeah.
Like now we're starting to see like, all right, that's a kind of like a Tobi Lou thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's rapping with it.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, it's interesting with him is like everything that he's doing right now is nothing that we've ever seen. Is nothing that's new. Like we've seen this before.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. We've seen
with who though?
What do you mean?
Someone who dropped this weekend too.
Oh man, we're not gonna do.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
I mean, if we're gonna go right into it, what happened, Chance, man? What happened, Chance? What happened?
It was supposed to be the big day, bro.
The debut album, the big release. What happened?
No. Honestly speaking, I was mad. No, I was genuinely mad, bro. Because I'm not a traditional Chance fan. Number one.
Okay.
Right.
Me either.
Right. Number two. I started becoming somewhat of a fan.
Me too.
When Coloring Book came out. So I was like, let me give this guy a chance, right?
Yes.
And then this came out, and I'm like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah.
I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to be very different.
Yeah.
He was trying to be like the breath of fresh air because you haven't heard a Chance in a minute. Yeah. You're like, yo, maybe he needs to come back and drop some new, different shit. Maybe this is gonna age with me or something, but like usually I know, bro.
Yeah, no,
if something's gonna hit.
I know. Yeah, I mean, most people do. Like, it's just an emotion or a feeling that you get, right? Like, and even if you listen to the lyrics and hear what he's saying on the album, it's like more geared towards like. I relate this album to when like Bryson dropped his second album. You know, when he dropped that.
But this is his debut.
Yeah, and I just think that like the reason why I related to that is because like he thought he knew what he was doing. But well, I mean, I'm not gonna hate. All right, so what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna hate on Chance, right? But at the end of the day, it's like
he's a phenomenal rapper.
He's a phenomenal artist. He knows how to create music well, very well.
Yeah.
It's just like when I heard Coloring Book for the first time, I was like, "Is he on? This is the type of shit."
Yeah, this is different.
Because I was like, okay, I heard acid rap, I heard 10 Day. I was like, okay, I don't really care for him like that, whatever. But like, this is the type of shit you want now.
Yeah,
Coloring Book had some crazy records.
Coloring Book is,
you know what I'm saying?
Coloring Book is basically what Ye's The Life of Pablo.
Yeah,
literally took from Coloring Book.
Yeah, I agree, but I think that like Coloring Book was better.
I do too.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on that for sure.
But when I heard The Big Day, it was like The Big Day was more so catered to his like wife and his family.
Yeah, it was more so for him.
And it's crazy, like, he released songs, like, you know, leading up to the album, like, you know, The Man Who Has Everything and 65th and Ingleside.
Ingleside, yeah.
And, like,
I like that song, and
those
other
were
people didn't
good-
like that.
Those were good songs.
Yeah.
So, but we got the vibe that was the type of album he was going to release based on those tracks.
Tracks, yeah. But he had a lot of tracks.
Yeah.
He had a lot of tracks.
Yeah,
What was it, 19 or 20 or some shit? Don't quote me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he had like, it was definitely like 20 plus. There was a couple tracks on there that I did vibe with though. Eternal, Smino was on that. Get a Bag with Cowboy was pretty good.
I like Get a Bag.
Yeah, and 5-Year Plan was pretty, like, was decent.
5-Year Plan was okay.
Yeah, but like all the other songs,
I think 5-Year Plan would have been good on a different beat, bro. I think John Legend should have been on 5-Year Plan.
Yeah.
Not the intro.
What do you mean?
John Legend was on the intro.
Yeah, but on 5-Year Plan, you think John Legend should have been on that?
Yes.
Yeah. It was definitely a good. I mean, it was definitely a good couple of tracks.
But he has so many tracks, you can't call it a good album, bro.
It wasn't a good album.
You know what I mean? Like,
because when I listened to it from top to bottom like one time.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I had to like struggle.
like,
and that's not it's like I'm just giving the truth.
Yeah.
I'm giving my truth, right? Like I'm sure.
yo, we only criticize music that we respect.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if you're on this show and you're being mentioned, like we love your music traditionally. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's why we brought up your previous work before we talked about what we didn't like about this project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But exactly. So the coloring book, even some of Acid Rap was really good. Like, but for the Big Day, it wasn't hit for me, man.
Yeah, it wasn't
hit for me. And then like I feel like Chance Newell wasn't hitting for his fans.
Yeah.
He got on Twitter. He
even said he had an interview with Zane Lowe.
Mm-hmm.
He said the best album that's ever come out, the best hip hop album was Acid Rap. Yeah.
Yeah, he was tweaking.
Yeah.
He was tweaking. I don't know what the hell has gone into him. First he said, "Oh, I am the culture a couple years ago." Now he's gonna say, "Fucking." Oh,
Chance is the culture.
No.
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait, Ken.
No.
Let's do the math. Let's do the math, bro. Look at where Chance is as a nigga who's not signed to any major or signed to any major distribution.
Yeah.
Bro.
But
by himself.
But Chance was trying to say that he's the representation of black culture in every, like, he was trying to say,
Yes.
like, I am what, like, y'all listen to me and this is it. Like, I'm the best in hip hop music.
That's not what he was saying. No.
That's exactly what he was saying.
He wasn't
bro.
saying he was the best in hip hop. What he was saying was he represents the sentiment of the new generation.
The new generation.
He absolutely does, bro. Because the new generation is doing shit by themselves now. Bro, back in the day, everyone needed a record deal.
Okay.
Chance won a Grammy without one.
I don't think it was about his like movements as what he was doing.
I think so.
Career. I think he was referencing like his actual like, like his music.
He can't be, because his music hasn't even reached the masses yet.
That's what I think. I mean, this nigga said that Acid Rap is the best rap album of all time.
That was a tweak.
You know what I'm saying? So obviously he thinks that highly of himself, which you should as an artist. But I'm just saying he's tweaking. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't think Acid Rap was nowhere near the best rap album ever.
I don't think so either.
Not even top 50 best rap albums.
Nah, it's not. It's not. It's not in the top anything.
Yeah. To be honest.
Let us know what you think about the episode in the comments below.
For sure.
They call me Pat.
And they call me Ken. Thank you for tuning in on this episode.
We are the Blocks.
And we're providing you the facts today.
We out.
Western Conference Finals, they waiting on my arrival. Understand my plan, they not